Today, we're talking shoplifting, WWE, Washington shooting spree, and much more. Chris Brown and Drake are on the menu on today's World Star Weekly.
Parental discretion. Parental discretion is advised.
Strongly advised. Strongly advised. Please be aware. I like the little shoulder move.
Yeah, if we can actually hear it. It'd be good. To get the shoulder move.
What, you can't hear anything?
No, I mean, you were talking, so we missed it. You know?
Oh, see, that is, you know what? People on the comment section were saying you're a hater, and now I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Thank God I don't read those comments.
I read each and every one. I read each and every one, and I respond to each one, and as everyone knows, I'm super, super petty.
You do not respond to every comment.
No,
Seriously?
He does. He does. Even the haters. Even the haters, because he will go in on them. It is hilarious. We had
people there's not me. I go in.
So let's get back to this menu today, because I'm interested in what's on it.
So much.
Don't go toe to toe with Tehran. That's the moral of the story here. Well, welcome everybody to World Star Weekly, episode 4 today. We got a great lineup for you, like Tehran mentioned, shoplifting, WWE Royal Rumble, pretty much happening in McDonald's this past weekend. But we've got a great panel of hosts for you today. Starting off with me, I'm Michael Patterson. Starting off all the way on the left.
What's up, guys? I'm Abby Fraher, and you can not find me on all my social media today. I'm gonna make you wait.
Hey guys, it's probably your first time seeing my face. It's your girl Nicole Hutchins, and that's Nicole with the Y.
I love that. Nicole with the Y. I would have never guessed that, but I'm Tehran, and everyone should have guessed that because it's on my hat.
Oh yeah,
that's a real thing.
I'm just noticing.
That's a real thing.
I forget what his name is when the hat's on backwards.
Often.
Yeah.
Or when he's without the robe too. Mm-hmm. It's just not.
That happens sometimes.
Who are you?
It's not the same. Well, let's just get right on into it. A woman was caught shoplifting in this clip that we're going to look at, and it's not the typical person you'd expect in a shoplifting.
What would you expect?
What is the typical person? We'll get back to that.
We're going to get to that. No, I'm not grading it. I know what I said, and I was expecting that reaction. I was expecting that reaction because you guys have the problem.
In the clip, what we're going to be watching is a woman who, Mike, is actually true when we talk about the stereotypical person that we describe as a shoplifter. This woman is a middle-aged, closer to upper middle-aged woman who is shoplifted from a type of corner store.
Okay.
And the owner is not happy at all.
Not at all. Let's
play this clip.
Bitch. You fucking dumb bitch. You fucking dumb cunt. Okay, you fucking steal from my
tone right off top.
Alright, bitch. I got my fuck you dumb
So
bitch.
in this video, the male voice you can hear is the owner of the store, which you can see is the
Or
super
at least
fresh.
we hope he's the owner, because if he's not the owner, this is a person who's extremely aggressive regarding this situation.
Getting some advertisement, the super fresh in Rhode Island, New York.
Oh, this fucking dumb bitch. Fucking steal from my fucking store. You
But
dumb fucking bitch.
What's interesting is the fact that
Looks
she
like a regular
is
decent lady.
a
You fucking
regular
steal from the
decent
fucking store?
lady, is what he describes her as.
You fucking dumb bitch, right?
She looks like someone's mom.
She looks like someone's grandmother. And when you say someone's mom, you mean your mom. She doesn't
She's
look
not.
like my mom. And I don't know about Nicole's mom.
I said someone's mom.
Look, I got you, okay? Huh? Don't worry about my fucking name.
She is a
alright?
white,
What's your fucking name, you dumb
upper
bitch?
middle-aged woman in a red sedan.
Kia, it looks like a
Kia,
Kia.
very typical car. And that's what he means by regular decent lady.
Yeah, because you don't, when you think of shoplifter, you don't really expect an older, I see her as an older woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen a video or a story of an older lady shoplifting from a corner store.
So have you not been watching the news? In fact, if you really want to know about it, no, because this is the thing. Everyone expects the black kid in a hoodie to be the one robbing, stealing, doing crime, when the truth is an older gentleman in a tie has stolen more money from people than every black guy in a hoodie combined.
Very true.
Like Bernie Madoff stole $100 billion.
Right.
If you add up every black guy in a hoodie, it's
stole
impossible.
A bag of chips, like
exactly.
You're probably okay.
And that's the concept, is she comes in. Now, I do disagree with his temperament.
Yeah.
As a store owner or employee of whatever sorts, the way he comes in, I would not appreciate, and it's very inappropriate to speak to anyone in that manner, especially
Sure.
a woman.
Right.
I think it's just
an older
disrespectful.
woman, and you can tell he's his vocabulary is very limited.
That's true.
To a lot of curse words, and I understand his frustration, but I mean, come on now, there's a certain level of respect. I mean, it's not like this woman is violent. I'm not condoning her stealing or anything like that, but I don't know.
What are the rules there? Because like I know malls, you can't technically like chase after somebody.
No,
If they
in
walk
malls,
out of the store,
there's a
it's
liability.
like you have to let it go
the
or
liability
something.
is the liability on the security guard. There's always a civilian aspect to it where you can do a citizen's arrest. And that's what a lot of these cases are. And a lot of the security guards are just citizens who are making private arrests on the behalf. Now, there is a liability because there is a concept of kidnapping. Anytime I, a citizen, restrain you from being able to go on your own free will, even if it's something as simple as a guy and a girl having an argument and the guy or the girl grabbing the other's arm,
Okay.
can be interpreted as kidnapping
Okay.
under the law. So that's why they're very careful about touching or going after people, especially if you don't have your guard card. States like California represent a state where a guard card, which is a written test and online presence of some sort where you are given access to a higher mobility of a citizen's arrest. But other than that, the concept is keep your hands to yourself. And that should be the rule in general.
Oh, 100%. I just don't understand. Like, so he didn't.
He didn't accost her
Like, but
physically,
what happened
but
in the
did
store when he started walking
verbally.
out? Like, did he say something in the store? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a little
Yeah.
confused as to how it got all the way to the car with the chips on the ground. So he must have at some point.
Well, at some point, this is how a lot of these situations happen. I've never been. I wouldn't know. Yo, real talk. Yo, I used to be a master shoplifter in my teen years. Like I was running a shoplifting Tehran ring. I was the worst because it's just like. But that's what I'm saying. You expect someone who's under the age of 15 to do
Right,
something
right.
of this nature, right? So the concept is. You watching on a security camera of some sort, possibly, and then she gets to her car, but he comes chasing after her, and she just drops the stuff to be like, "I didn't steal anything,"
Okay.
and then goes on her way.
It's on the floor.
It is on the floor, and
I didn't take it.
it takes a lot to prosecute someone,
Right.
to go after someone criminally,
It's
especially
not
when
worth
the police
it. Oh, I
isn't
know.
there.
Yeah.
At a lot of
it's-
times.
Yeah.
But it is worth it if you own a store. I mean, it's his personal property in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of ways. If that's the owner, we're always assuming it's the owner because of the level of aggression. But I've seen a lot of Captain Save-ems.
Yeah, that's
there are
true.
a lot of Captain Save-ems at these stores who, you know, like the person at Chipotle who acts like they're getting commission when they're giving you guac. Like, give me that guac.
No, and we're actually going to see another good instance of people not really minding their own business, trying to be
The hero.
enforcers, if that makes sense. Well, that was that video. The next video we have, it's a fight video, of course. The WWE Royal Rumble doesn't happen until January, but we had a Royal Rumble here in this McDonald's. Even saying that, I can't say that with a straight face.
Royal Rumble.
Let's take a look at that clip right
I
now.
want to see from Nicole's perspective what she sees is going on.
What?
So it's just it appears to be 6 people, I think.
A melee?
Just
It
yeah,
does.
just,
That's
just
exactly what
fighting.
it looks
A
like.
fairly large black woman over in the corner.
So everyone's
I don't know
fighting.
if that's
They're
a
all in
woman.
different
That could be a
areas.
man with locks.
Okay,
So-
good point.
But the
Could be
best,
a woman, too.
the best is the body slams. Like these people. Look, there's a headlock right now.
And he's got that guy in a
It's like 3 fights going on at one time.
I would say way
even
more than 3. It looks like a group
like
of
5.
20 people. A total of 20
What?
people.
I don't
going in there.
understand. What was? Were they trying to take over the McDonald's?
Yeah, I'm like,
I know, because some of them
No,
look like
seriously,
employees.
what was the point?
I really don't.
What
is
were
there
they hoping
ever a
to
point?
achieve?
Is there ever a point in these kind of videos?
Like it's just like let's go. Hey, let's all go into McDonald's and we'll each pick a person in a different corner of the room and go at it. Like I just
that's
don't
what
understand.
it looked
Like,
like
you're that
to
bored.
me.
it's a mess.
And what's this
I didn't see
person
anyone order
filming
anything
doing?
at the counter unless I
Filming.
missed that.
They're just
chilling.
minding their own business. They've even got a computer. They'll pan down in a moment because I'm pretty sure it's a woman recording this.
And it's all employees that they're attacking. Yeah.
That's what I thought. The guy on top right there looks like an employee with,
Right.
Huh?
Everyone.
and that guy too.
Yeah.
I said cheese on my cheeseburger, bitch.
But see, the thing is you joke, but
Right.
like we saw last week with the
the
Subway
Subway?
woman, I mean, that could have easily turned into a melee like this too. So I
There's so
don't-
much going on in this video. Honestly, I just don't know what to say. It's just too much. And I'm trying to figure out at what point, where did it start? Like, I didn't even see anyone ordering at the counter unless I missed that. So it's like, what, you were missing a chicken nugget or something?
But that's where a lot of these videos come in. So we get a truth without context a lot of the times. And we see these videos, and the videos portray a part of the story. And depending on whose perspective it is, we see who's right or wrong simply by who's holding the camera. It's simply, if you ask the lion, then the hunter is the villain, and vice versa. So we're looking at a melee, which clearly everyone's a villain when it comes to a melee. You guys are working there. I think it would take a lot for employees to get involved. But then again, it could just be simple male toxic masculinity involved. Is there any other type of masculinity? And I was like, So it could be anything. It could be just toxic masculinity involved, and it turns into a fight. And unfortunately, there's also the concept of groupthink, where entire groups of people make a decision that the individual never would. And when that happens, pandemonium ensues.
Which is what it looks like.
And that's what it looked like. But I did see a strong body slam, like, you need to call me, and I need to get you on with the McMahons and get you on that WWE, because that was crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, well, because most of these fight videos is just people randomly swinging.
You just see arms like wailing. It's never like a.
There's some technique there. There's
There's
some Greco-Roman wrestling base.
Khabib been teaching them.
Who knows? Well, we're going into a little bit more of a serious topic. This clip we have here is a kind of the fallout of a very bizarre shooting spree in Washington that happened this June.
Washington State. I want to mind everyone, Washington, D.C. and Washington State are two very different places on two different coasts of the country. So in this video, we are looking at a Walmart in Washington State where an armed assailant comes inside, gets bullets from one of the counters with guns that they have there and rifles, and then begins shooting up a Walmart. And it's viewer discretion is strongly advised. This is actual footage from the security camera at the Walmart.
Yes, let's play this clip. So it's all silent. There's no sound, but you can kind of see top left of the screen. There's a man running. Here he is at an ammo wall in the recreation part, and he shoots it open,
which is clearly a red flag. So people hear bullets
already.
We hear bullets. Now, here's the thing that I find very interesting. The people who run out first are the black people. As soon as they hear the gunshot, they run out. He goes out.
That car.
He tries to hijack the first car.
Oh my God.
Attempts to hijack this car.
Did he shoot someone?
The guy's not giving up.
Oh, wow.
So you can see here, he kind of he reaches in, shoots the driver.
Yes.
And then he goes off screen here.
And how many people were injured and shot?
3 or 4 injured, one
shot dead.
Was it the driver that was shot dead?
So basically, some more context of the story. The shooter's name is Tim O'Day. Lengthy criminal record dating back to 1992. No one really knows why this situation happened, but a lot of authorities speculate it was a mix of drug use and mental illness paranoia.
Oh, wow. So lone wolf. Now, if Timothy O'Day was Muhammad O'Day, there would be a whole different conversation. And if it was Jamal O'Day, it'd be gang-related. Yeah. But because it's Timothy O'Day, Tim O'Day with the middle name, because
has
that's
a mental
illness and drug use, and we should actually feel maybe bad for him. And they might have bought him a cheeseburger on the way to...
We do have kind of a positive, depending on how you look at it. So as he runs off left there, 2 bystanders with concealed carry licenses pull out their weapons and are able to shoot the gunman dead before he's able to hurt anybody else.
Yeah.
So they killed him.
And
good guys with good guns.
And that man's name is David George. I want to make sure I hit that because it's good to include the names of the heroes in this situation. So good for Mr. George, who is a pastor in Texas, by the way.
Interesting.
Also had a gun on him inside the wall. Sure. Listen, we have
I see what you're doing.
Right to bear arms, right? But let's be real, why are this many people with guns shopping at Walmart? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how I'm not going there on Black Friday? Can we talk about that?
No one should go to Walmart on Black Friday, but
it's crazy. Right. That's when you need a gun.
But that's like in the sticks. I mean, really, if you think about it, the country is kind of the sticks. Like, unless you're in a major metropolitan area, like, people go to Walmart.
No, Walmart. I actually wish Los Angeles had an
No.
accessible Walmart.
Have you been to a Walmart in Los Angeles?
There's one in like Compton or something.
Don't do it.
Why?
Don't
On Crenshaw?
Just
The
go
on
to
Crenshaw,
Target.
yeah.
That's the one
go to
I
Target.
think they closed down.
They did. There's
Yeah, they
one.
closed.
There's one. I've been to a Walmart. In Los
Obviously,
Angeles.
you've been to multiple.
I have.
because
I have.
Walmart's always a gamble because I'm in college. I'm a struggling
Just go to
college
Target.
student.
I know it's a little more expensive.
I
but just
understand.
But the-
Unless
that's extra
Walmart
50
wants to
cents.
sponsor us, and in that case, Walmart,
Then go to Walmart. But
shoot your shot. Walmart.
Get it?
Like it's crazy.
Shoot your shot.
But it's crazy. Like we're making light of a situation,
No,
but
it's
this
really messed up.
Yeah.
epidemic
Honestly,
of
though,
shooting sprees.
what would have happened if they didn't shoot him? Do you think he probably would have hurt more people?
Yes,
Oh,
100%.
Because
So
previous-
I'm not mad about it.
Previous to that, the precipitating event to this, again, they don't really know for sure, but
Right.
he attempted to carjack another car from a
Right.
man at a gas station, shot
Just
him.
before that?
Yes, and was
Okay.
able to carjack another car, and that took him over to the Walmart.
You know what I found interesting about this? It made me think about the story that happened 2 years ago. This young black man who walked into a Walmart. He was carrying a gun, and it's not. He didn't have like a. You know what story I'm talking
He
about?
had a
I can't
gun.
remember.
It was a rifle, and he
It was
was
a
going
rifle.
to purchase.
He was going to purchase
Legally.
it. Right, legally. And I just found it interesting that in this case right here, the bystanders came faster than the police for this guy. And then when someone just had called and said, "Oh, there's a black kid walking around with a rifle that he's about to purchase," cops came in and shot him.
Before even assessing the situation.
So
and he had his hands up, and he had
Yeah.
a legal rifle. And the thing is, you know what really sucks is the fact that we have to ascertain if there's a racial aspect
Right.
to every single one of these videos and every single one of these news clips. Because how many times it's happened in the past. In this situation, maybe there is no racial aspect. Maybe it's really what it seems, and it seems to be the concept of someone who's mental ill or someone who's just crazy, because that's something that we've also forgotten, that there are just bad people who do crazy things, and it doesn't matter what race, culture, religion, gender they are, even though it does happen to be a lot of guys. But the concept is we have to assess that each and every time.
Right.
And there's a lot of people at home that get tired of that and tired of hearing about it. And on the flip side, we get tired of living that.
right.
And we don't want to hear about it either.
Right.
It's just something we always have to go through a thought process. So I appreciate you for bringing that up. Thank you, Nicole, with a Y.
Yeah, I mean,
thank you for accepting that.
I think it's just because in these kind of circumstances, people always want to find a reason to try and explain why something is happening, and it's
Which
unfortunate.
is a normal thought process.
Yeah, but everyone just has different ways of, well, they're this characteristic, this must mean
Yeah.
it's because of this. And unfortunately, race is one of those ones that gets misconstrued with these kinds of instances.
And bad people do bad things, and that's really what it comes down to. And my heart goes out to all the family members of anyone that's been injured, especially at a Walmart, because that probably means you don't have health insurance.
Okay, we're done here.
You're, you're maligning Walmart shoppers, and I shop at Walmart. I am offended. But moving on. A little bit lighter, I guess. In my opinion, probably the best cheater confrontation I've ever seen. So this video. Here's
This is the worst. This is also a shooting, but this
be a
is the
good
worst.
one.
This is not a little bit lighter. Okay.
the thumbnail clip.
So if we can play this video and setting up the scene, it seems that a young lady has caught her current boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, baby daddy in a vehicle which may or may not belong to her with another woman.
So let's just get this straight. It's her boyfriend driving her car with another girl.
Allegedly.
and her kid in the back seat.
And her kid in the back seat.
With another girl.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Let's
Thank
take a look at it.
Got it.
So my motherfucking nigga got my son, and they talking about he ain't doing shit.
You're way too white to.
Yeah.
She used it comfortably. I get that you dated him, but.
I'm gonna kill this nigga, bro. I'm about to kill this nigga, bro.
But I
You
believe
think I'm
her right
fucking
now.
Me
playing
too.
with him? Look, he right there.
Yo, and that's the friend
You
in the
sure she's
passenger.
not just racially ambiguous? This is a white woman.
We're
She could
going-
be. She could be.
No, she was way too black not to be white. That was way too urban. Hold on. And then pulled out the gun. Now look at how. Look, all of a sudden he gets very cooperative,
It ain't what it looked like.
and then she shoots him, grabs the kid, and then gets him in the car, and her and her friend drive away.
Bro, hurry up, bro.
Now, in the description of this video that I saw, this is kind of the end here. In the video description, this incident is now being investigated by the Miami-Dade police.
It should be.
So this happened in Miami-Dade County. Honestly, looking at this, the first time I saw it, I believed it, but I saw some comments and I looked at it again. I think this
it was
is fake.
staged?
It looks like it was
Really?
staged.
My only thing is like she's way too calm, and like did that way too chill, and drove off way too calmly.
Which actually makes me think that it was real. And
That's
I'll tell
why.
you,
That's what I'm
it's
saying. Like
way too
that,
real,
she
because
scares me.
a good actor would have overplayed
Right,
that.
and been like, "Oh my god, I hate you."
I
And
can't
like,
believe I shot him or something. She just
like did the work
capped
and
this
yeah,
dude,
like
bro.
yeah.
See,
she
I think
capped Waka Flocka in that car. That was craziness to me. Green hair Polaris gets out of the car,
See, 'cause
looks
that's
at her, says, "You know what? Diamond's not the only one who knows how to nuck if you buck." Pulls out the car, pulls out the gun. The new girlfriend, the side chick, is moving back. And actually, I don't know which one is the side chick, just to be fair. A lot of girls who think they're the main are not.
Not right.
I mean, they have a kid.
So her only objective was to get
Yeah.
the child out the car because she didn't even go after the
girl.
the alleged.
No.
Which also lends credibility to it being real,
Real.
because
it's also like I
she
just shot someone. I need to go.
him
Right.
and then got her son out of the car and then drove off.
Oh, you didn't take it out on another woman. That's good.
I mean, is it the other woman's fault? Probably not.
But yeah, probably not. But I think it's real. She scared me, honestly. I don't know her race. I hate to go back to race, but it just is what it is when I see these videos. Yeah, she was very aggressive. I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like that in my life, to be honest with you. That's the first time I've
That
seen
was some
something
calm,
like that.
premeditated shit.
Abigail,
Yeah.
have you ever acted in this manner to any degree?
For real.
To any degree? We need to know. Inquiring minds would like to know.
Nah, not with a firearm.
Really?
Not with a firearm. Okay, interesting.
Have you ever been in a
Interesting.
situation, Mike, where you've gotten caught cheating?
No.
No, because you haven't cheated, or no, because you've never been
No,
caught?
because I've never
clarify.
cheated. I am an angel.
That is great.
Good.
That's
for
a
you.
I
good
take
answer.
pride. I take pride.
Good
in that.
answer.
So is this video cool or is it scary?
It's scary.
It's scary.
It's scary.
For sure.
But on a lighter note,
Well, because I think it's fake. You talked about overplaying it, right? I think the camera woman's overplaying it because
She just is
no,
so
she was
calm,
like,
bruh.
bruh. Like that sounded real to me.
Like,
you
she
know-
was afraid of her too, a little too.
She was,
because
bruh,
you
like,
notice
don't put that gun at me.
because how nobody's screaming.
That's the point.
Why would
Look,
they scream?
Right.
Because
I think
that's
they're used
scary.
to that.
No.
That type of
You're telling me that kid in the
environment.
car wouldn't have started screaming, seeing
No,
his
not
dad
if
get
they're
shot?
around that. Not if that's a norm.
That's
Right,
what I'm
exactly.
saying.
you know,
exactly.
I think it looked way too normal.
I've been in
Right.
situations where
Yeah.
gunplay has been involved, and honestly, I've very rarely heard screaming. There was a lot of running, there was a lot of leaving, but I don't know. Screaming is something that Hollywood does to let you know
That
that
something
you're
bad's
supposed to be
happening.
afraid.
Right.
It's kind of like scary music in the background.
Right.
Now you know there's an anticipation of something volatile or violent. In this situation, because, as Abigail pointed out, it was so calm. And because, as Nicole pointed out, the other woman wasn't shot, I actually kind of believe
Me too.
that this happened. And if it's staged, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
Yeah.
need to come to
Absolutely.
Hollywood.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And my only word of advice to everyone out there is watch the movie Get Out. Like, watch Get Out.
That's a good movie. Very good
A
movie.
great movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still a firm believer that I think it's fake, but we'll agree to
You
disagree.
hope it's fake.
Yeah,
That's what.
yeah.
That's, we're
I
all
think we
hoping
all-
that it's fake.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
we all.
But you have nothing to worry about. You've never cheated.
It's true. I'm standing by that. I'm standing by that. Moving on now.
Because your girlfriend watches this show, that's why you answered that way.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Smart.
The next video we got, pretty simple. When flexing goes wrong.
Now, this to me is a lighter note and a good video. He's chilling in the car.
Stop.
He's having a good time. He's hanging out the rooftop, the sunroof, and he's dancing to a song. And there's in a garage and this metal bar that's part of the part of the plumbing of the building, just like any garage that has
Right.
low ceiling garage. Just
Stop.
his head hits it so hard though. And I'll tell you something. This one's not staged.
No.
Definitely
oh my
not.
gosh.
That one's not staged, and that's
was
hilarious
the best
to me.
video.
When flexing on the gram goes wrong, because everyone's flexed on the gram, and he was in his own rap video in that sunroof
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
white
It was a blazer.
2005.
It was definitely like a blazer or something. Like, so I was wondering, like, I thought like they meant flexing, like not like flexing, because I didn't know what he was showing off.
Oh, what he
I
was showing
confused.
off was his wool cap and his locks and his head getting banged
Banged
into that
into-
metal
yeah,
pipe.
yeah. That's oh my
It was
god.
I just
amazing.
wonder with these videos, because I feel like if this ever happened to me, I would never post this on social media. I would never let other people see this.
You know what? This is gold, and I
it
doubt that
is.
he's the one that posted it.
And
this
yes,
seems to be
100% was
something.
his friend.
But then who
right.
else gets it?
It's a friend who hit send on
Bro,
share.
send me that. That was
That's
so
horrible.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on
Send it to,
WorldStar.
send it to World
Exactly.
Star, yeah.
Send it to WorldStar. That's
was
what
good.
happens though. But it's also it's what you get. It's kind of like what goes around comes around, the karma aspect, or like the universe does pay attention.
It does. Like, you think you look cool, you look really stupid. on
Right,
WorldStar.
exactly.
Well, it's just dangerous too. I saw somebody doing this exact same thing on the freeway like a week ago.
Okay, that's.
Oh,
On the
okay, that's
freeway.
just
See what I
dumb. See, no, mm-mm.
You saw them hit their head on the freeway too, or
No,
what?
no. Well, they were. Thankfully
No.
not, because that would.
Could you
I
imagine?
don't know, Mike. You wanted the last guy to get shot, so no, you're a bit morbid.
No.
Mike,
Okay,
are you feeling okay today?
Is
Is something going on in your life we need to talk about? We good?
I'm stressed out,
Okay.
but I'm good. I'm good. This show is fun. I like
Good.
doing
This show is-
this
Yes.
show.
Has anyone on the panel been caught slipping on the gram? Has something happened to you? Because I feel like Abigail takes a lot of pictures, and there's no way that you've never had a mishap in one of your modeling pictures on your gram.
Like, what do you mean, like a mishap?
Like you trip, you fall,
Oh,
you
yeah.
try to be
That.
cool.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't post it.
And we walk it off. Like if
Right.
you're ever walking on the sidewalk and then you kind of trip, and then you keep walking
Yeah.
until the next city and then move because you no longer you no longer live there.
I'm so clumsy. I do that all the time. Like, there's a step, I always fall down. I always fall down it. It does not matter. Like, and it's just, you just keep walking. People are like, whoa, you really recovered easily on that. Like, it's,
So are we just relating this to if you've fallen or
No,
tripped?
no,
or...
just I want it. And the gram reason
as a
is
girl
'cause
too, like, one time I had stuff in my teeth. I didn't realize I did until I was like,
I have something more embarrassing than that.
What?
hit us.
So she's like, let us know. I don't know if I should be saying
Welcome
this,
to
but
the
it doesn't
panel,
matter.
Nicole. Yeah.
Thank you. So, okay, it was late at night and I'm, in my bed. I'm feeling comfortable, and I'm on the gram. I wasn't planning on posting anything. I was just playing with the filters or whatnot. So I'm playing. No, seriously, I really was. And so the video like slipped a little lower than I had anticipated. And I was like, oh crap. And then I found out that my fingers must have been going too fast. And it actually posted on the story
Oh,
on
no.
Instagram. Basically, my chest was exposed and I was freaking out. And thank God you can, delete that stuff. But imagine if I had one view.
One view
could've-
and someone
all
just
it- and somebody
screen
just
grabbed it.
screenshot it, I would have been, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, horrified. I said, never again am I going to be playing with my Instagram when I'm,
Nude.
there you go.
I've always
That's why
been
you gotta
afraid
do it on
of
Snapchat.
uploading something
Yeah.
wrong.
Because you got to really like hit send.
Exactly.
To, like, and then it saves it for another day
Mm-hmm.
or time. And then you have all the creeps at Snapchat watching your
Wasn't
nudes.
that what Snapchat was originally made for?
I think that's
Like,
what
into-
made Snapchat
Cool.
popular.
I don't think it was
know
made
if
for
that's
that.
what they were
Oh,
going
somebody
for.
told me it
But-
Oh, I'm
was
sure
like
they probably
created
did that
for
with
that.
that.
They
in mind.
definitely
There's
knew
definitely
what it was.
also like a pervy person sitting in a room like looking at girls naked.
There's
for
a lot
sure.
of these. There's these
Because they have access
one
to all your
internationally.
stuff.
Yes. That's
Of course.
Yeah.
They have one internationally where it's like a roulette where you basically open the chat and you don't know who's on the other
Yeah,
end.
we played that in college.
And a lot of people do
Yeah,
it.
like
And
a
a
chat
lot of
roulette.
people
Yeah. I think that's
internationally
what it's called.
still
Yes.
do that, especially in the Middle East and Northern Africa. It's very interesting. But what's more interesting is the fact that we're all going to follow Nicole after,
Yeah, right?
after this.
Like, it's 1
everyone,
a.m. She might slip up tonight.
everybody, guy, girl, it's
Oh,
just
no.
because you're the one who slipped up. Who has slipped up.
Yeah, that was
I've
pretty
always been afraid
embarrassing.
of uploading the wrong picture.
Yes.
Or sending the wrong picture to a text. Like, because
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, I did that once to my, my
Yeah,
mom.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You have that story too. Oh my God, I
Yeah, it
said
was
something to my
bad.
dad. I don't even want to say it. I can't say it live. I
I
can't.
think I might
It's
have
pretty
one of the
embarrassing.
worst send the text to the wrong person stories.
You
Okay.
sent it to
All right,
like.
let's hear it.
Yeah.
You meant to send it to the side one, but you sent it to
No,
me.
not
okay.
even. Okay, I'm gonna knock this
We're
one
gonna
off
take some
quick.
time for this one.
And
Pause.
Chris Brown happens to be in the story.
it's a great
line
segue.
that-
Oh,
it is.
interesting.
I mean, it's at the end, but okay. This I don't save numbers on my phone. Abigail knows this. I don't save anyone's numbers. So I had a very good friend in college, like very good friend. We grew up together. Very wonderful, beautiful, intelligent young lady. Who was also at times a little conservative and naive in that aspect, so I would always pick on her for that. And we were in college, and I had said something, and she had gotten mad at me, so I sent her a picture of Chris Brown's penis. Remember at the time?
Yes.
Chris Brown's penis was very viral at the time. And I said, don't be a dick. That's what I sent her. It's very funny. So she didn't respond to me, and I was like, oh, she's mad. And even my friends were like, yo, you know how she is. So when I saw her, so you know how classes are Tuesday, Thursday? So I didn't see her Wednesday. Thursday, coming in class, I'm like, how are you gonna not respond? You know I was being funny. You're mad? And she's like, I'm not mad. And I was like, oh, I thought you were mad because of what I sent you. And she's like, what'd you send me? And I explained to her. And she was like, I never got that. I was like, yeah, I sent it to you. She showed me her phone and was like, I never got it. And I was like, oh, I sent it to you. And I go to my text and I open it up and definitely had transposed the last 2 digits because I typed it in. And she was like, that's my mom's cell phone. And her mom definitely had my number. And it was just the most awkward thing. And we didn't say anything. And then we had like one of those get-togethers, and the mom was there, and I swear
She was
the
just
mom
looking at you.
Looking at me. She had never been nicer to me.
She probably thought it was yours. She thought it was you.
She
didn't
could
think it
never
was Chris
tell
Brown.
the
And then
difference
she's
between
like,
Chris Brown's light-skinned
unpacking.
penis and my light-skinned
Right.
penis. There's no difference in
There's no
mom's
difference.
head. In mom's
No.
head.
No, this is not where I expected the show to go today, but hey, I
That's
mean, it's
hilarious.
great content.
Star Weekly.
It's great
WorldStar
content.
Weekly.
See, you have to tune in for this kind of content.
Yeah,
Right.
and in fact, if you're a BHL fan, Black Hollywood Live is the first urban digital broadcast network in existence. Since inception, BHL has prided itself on creating outstanding content in all areas from news, music, and politics to lifestyle and entertainment. We've not only given voice to the often underserved Black and Latino community, we've also provided new hosts with the dopest platform. I didn't write that, by the way, to exercise their talents. Now, what I do want to say, that's not all. BHL has done the same for many of Hollywood's A-list, including Oprah Winfrey, whom has made multiple BHL appearances and given us several shout-outs. Oprah, I'm still waiting for mine. Now, the Black Hollywood Live Network needs your help. How can you do that? By subscribing to our YouTube channel. That's how. Subscribing to our YouTube channel will also help you find new shows we're sure you'll love. And if you're worried about annoying notifications, don't be. They're optional. Me responding to your comments, that's not. So hit that unsubscribe button right now for me, but subscribe to us at BHL, and it's easy and helps us continue our work. Let us know you did in the comments, and we'll show you love on air. We love hearing from you. We love your comments, and if you send us videos as you've seen on the show, we always post them. Thanks for being supportive fans to BHL, helping us take the network to the next level and continue to redefine Hollywood.
That was beautiful.
Real.
Beautiful.
And you know what came from the heart?
Yeah.
Dopest platforms.
Right.
That came from the heart.
Your head even like turned when you said it. Like, dope.
He gets the most excited for that
He does.
part
I do.
every time.
I enjoy it very
So
much.
what do you have for us coming up?
Next, we've got I'm sure everyone's been to a gas station before.
No.
And experience. I knew that's where that was going to
There
go.
are people with electric cars. Don't let her do that to you.
That's true. Hey, that's what I'm here for.
In New York, there's
But
a lot of people in New York who just subway it their whole lives. I don't know. Go on.
We've all
Don't do that.
We've all
Come
probably
on.
witnessed someone who may be a little bit off their rocker at a gas station and witnessed something that maybe we wish we didn't. But this is an instance where we're really glad someone recorded it. So let's take a look at it. So you can see there's a woman in a black skin-tight dress slapping a man who's laughing. I'm not
Well,
really sure
I
why
mean,
he's
whatever
laughing.
he's laughing at is kind of funny.
I got you.
It's a relationship. They're getting into a fight.
Tell the camera what he did. Tell the camera what he did.
I'm the shit. Ain't no bitch hotter than me. Ain't no bitch more paid than me. Fuck all you fucking bitches.
Okay.
Therefore,
Fuck all you.
Oh, just wait. There's more.
Ain't nobody got $10,000.
Did he just drive away?
$10,000 on my titties, bitch.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No,
Joe.
this is my favorite part
Yeah.
right here.
She knows he just
She
got in the car,
realizes
drove
he's
away.
gone, so she starts running after him.
After the car that she had come in with. So apparently it's a relationship. This isn't staged, if you ask me.
Cameraman is
She
loving
goes
it.
to the camera.
I'm the
She
most
goes,
paid.
I'm the most paid B word, and out of all these B words, and I have $10,000 tits. nobody got 10,000 on their chest like I. And yet I
I
live
think
in
that's
LA.
a pretty average number
LA,
for new boobs.
I see a lot of
Pretty
$10,000
standard.
chests.
Yeah, pretty standard.
It
See,
is.
it's interesting
Actually, it makes me upset that you didn't get a discount. You should have hollered at me. I know a guy.
Okay, I'm
Interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna talk later. But anyway, see,
Look
okay,
at her palms.
wow.
Did you see her? Like her chest is actually
Yeah,
like
no,
out.
yeah,
I
she
think
shows
in the
them.
video.
Yeah, she
So
shows
we just
them.
had to cut it off for this.
No,
No,
I think
he didn't
that
capture
he
it.
didn't capture
Oh,
it.
good
He
for
wasn't
him.
aware. No. He would have had he had the opportunity.
I thought you were just being
It's
polite,
like
being a
it's like
gentleman or
halter
something.
top, and she pulls
Yeah.
it in between.
Right? Yeah, I saw
And it's
that. I just thought he was
Wow.
being a gentleman, like, oh, I'm not going to expose her breasts on camera. No, it's interesting. You said you don't believe this is staged, and I felt like this was more staged than the other one.
Oh no, that
really?
was pure rage. That was
sick.
genuine. That she's
That was
genuinely
her
batshit
face.
crazy.
Her
You see
face,
her
that
eyebrows?
was
That was
real.
it.
She had a vein pop
Yeah,
in.
like
Yeah.
that was.
She was smacking him as hard as she
Yeah.
could. It just wasn't phasing
And then
him.
she-
because-
Yeah, but then when he was
Even,
like, tell the camera, you know, and she's just like,
He was
all into it.
flirting with a chick scooping his macaroni and cheese, is what she said, and then said she's the most paid.
Everything
I
about
just-
this
I'm just-
video
I'm over it.
is
I
just,
love it.
It's
I
just
just-
fantastic. This
It's
video
great.
blew up. I've seen this
great.
in a ton of different
Because
outlets.
you know what? Women act this way. Like, this is a real thing.
What do you mean? Do you know what? She's about to get a rap album. She's the next Catch
She's
Me
the
Outside.
next-
How
yeah,
about that?
right?
Like, this is a real
Well,
thing.
that's-
No.
Why
That
is she-
baby was nominated. Let's just remember she was nominated.
With Catch Me Outside, girl?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Really?
She has an album called 15.
It's like
No,
an
yeah,
I
I
know
knew
she
that.
has an album,
I'm not
and
gonna lie,
people don't
it's not-
realize because she's
It's
15.
not all bad. It's
Okay.
not all bad.
Because she's
Yeah,
15.
and she looks like she's 18, 19, and there are a lot of pedophiles out there.
So, wow, that took a turn.
That did.
Speaking,
there's-
speaking right to him.
Seriously, like she's 15 years. She does
Yeah.
not look 15. I feel like her literature's not 15. Like nothing about her is 15 except her age
And her legality.
and her legality.
So thank you for
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
That video is just a mess. She talks about being on WorldStar before. I want to know what she's talking about. I want to see more.
I want to see more.
My
Michael-
interest is
You
He
know
goes
what?
home
I
and
think
watches
everyone
Angry
wants to see
Women.
it.
Like that's what he does. Like it's his
Up till 2 in the morning as my YouTube
like,
binges.
She's pissed, babe. Look at she's pissed.
We have way more angry women. This next clip is one of my favorites.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Permit Patty, the woman that called the cops on the
Oh,
They're
yeah.
so creative with these names, by the way.
Right.
Like
show-
Barbecue Barbara or whatever
That
they
was
do.
funny.
They have. I don't even think that's the name, but it's just people do these things where it's a certain sect of angry white women. No offense, Abigail. Angry white women who call the cops on black people
Right.
for the simplest of things, whether it's walking in the dog park or barbecuing in an undeclared barbecue area.
Yeah.
How
Or
does that happen though?
No, yeah, that happened.
I mean that did
They like
happen.
built a bonfire.
They did not. They were just barbecuing in an undesignated barbecue area, and so many people were doing it. But the lady walked over to the black family and called the police.
Wow.
And the police were like, "What are you doing? Like this is such a waste of our time."
Right.
There was a lady who called the police on a child who was selling
Selling
lemonade.
water.
Yeah.
A sidewalk
Yeah.
Permit patty.
Permit patty. And,
Yeah.
and so this one is
I thought it was water,
apartment
actually.
patty.
Yeah, this is Apartment Patty.
Oh my god.
So in the video, the setup is there's clearly a black male who's filming, trying to get in the apartment. He has the key fob,
You can film me. That's fine.
and she's upset
wait, I
that
wanna
he's
hear it.
filming.
To my building.
And
Okay.
it's my business as well, so I need you to get out my way.
Okay, what unit?
I don't need to say that information.
Which is a good point.
I'm
She
uncomfortable.
asked what unit, and he does not
That's your
explain.
discretion. You're uncomfortable
It's-
because of
yeah,
you.
it's
So
true.
Why-
I need you to move out my way, please.
And he says to her, "You're not
Now,
the security
please, stop
here.
touching
You're
me.
not the owner.
I'm
This
not
is not your
touching
building.
This
You
was
rent."
previously.
I'm not touching you at all.
Is she drunk?
You step in.
That's what I had a
not
suspicion
touching
that
you,
she
and I'm
was
not
under the influence as well.
In any way, doing anything outside of letting my dog
Drunk
go
with
to
white
bed.
privilege.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go, got her.
What unit?
I don't need to tell you that. What unit do you live in?
307.
Okay. Great. I'm on the 4th floor. Excuse me.
What unit do you live in? Because I'm a thief
You don't
Right.
have
getting
to
into
keep
building.
that.
Now I
Yeah.
know. Like,
No.
what is the point of this?
Now,
If you have that, then okay.
Yeah, so this video is a
you're
little
not
bit on the
security.
longer
You're not
side.
the
I
property
believe
manager.
it's
You're not
about.
Mike Herman.
Hold on, this is where it
Okay, I
goes.
live here too. You're not
He-
Mike Herman.
He even
You're
drops
not
the
ri-
names of
I
the
don't
people
like
who are the
the fact you
property
have your phone
manager
in my face.
and
Okay, I don't like the fact that you're blocking me for where I pay.
and leasing agent
All
of
I'm
the
asking
apartment. Like
is
at that
what
point,
unit?
But you're not. I don't need to tell you that information, man.
If you want to come into my building,
It's not your building. You're not the owner. You pay rent.
sir, you walked up on a street
Yes,
him.
yes, and I've already buzzed in.
That's how
I've
going
already-
to buildings work.
Man, it does not even matter. Can you
Can
get out of
you-
my way?
No, can you show me the key
I
fob
don't,
into this
I'm
building?
not showing you anything. And the second, man, I'm bound to walk through where I live at. So
No.
okay.
So if we can fast
show me
forward
the
and
key fob
skip
and just-
ahead to
No.
possibly closer to the end,
No.
even a little more, where he goes up, he basically just goes in, he goes up, she follows him, and he goes into his apartment.
And that's the kicker, because she changes her tone
I just wanted
from
to say
"Where
hi."
are you?" to "Oh, you're a resident." Now I know you're in.
And he goes, "My name, you can call me Mr. whatever his last name is," and closes the door, as should be. And this video is going super viral, and I'm glad it is. because
That
it
actually
is-
happened to me with my boyfriend in West Hollywood. We were going to his friend's place, and it's a nice, like, he's a producer, like it's a nice building, and this old white woman like would not let us in. Like, we're going up to his apartment, like, it's cool, we can wait for him, and she just like looked at my boyfriend, who is African American, looked at me, and she's like, yeah, you're just gonna have to wait for him. Like, do you know someone that lives here? Like, it was like unheard of. It was the weirdest.
Yeah, these videos
Situation.
are terrible.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
videos are terrible because you can't even make excuses
There's
for that
no-
woman.
there's
It's not
nothing.
even like it's ambiguous. Like, this is just straight up like,
Racism.
Actually, once again, it's not straight up racism. We're hoping, because here's the thing, and I'll play the devil's advocate on this one.
I know you're doing
If there's
that.
a woman walking down the street
You
and
would
there's a
hope she did
black
it to a
man
white person.
behind
I get it.
her and
Yeah.
she clutches her purse, is she doing it because he's black or because he's a man? And
Right.
both instances are different. It would be understandable if it was because it was a man,
Okay.
but
But it'd still be
unforgivable.
sexist.
It'd be unforgivable. No, at that point, it's not sexist. Like,
trying.
honestly, here's the thing: if 4 black guys in hoodies are walking up to my car, I'm gonna lock the door. Okay?
too,
But
yeah.
if 4 black
Me
guys
too.
in hoodies are walking up to Mike's car, he just has to die. Do you understand what I'm saying? He can't assume that something bad's gonna, because of racism. Because when you do it, it's racist. You know, Mike? And I would appreciate it if you just let it happen. Like, you
all
can't
right,
make the
all right,
presumption
whatever,
of racism.
whatever.
So is this old lady protecting it because she saw a man or a black man? Now, I personally believe it has to do with race a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I felt like it had to do with race as well. But I don't know. And,
Right.
And that's why I wish more of these people would just drop the N-word, just so we could know and be like, but look.
just so we know.
Right.
But look, because
Right.
I hate the fact that so
She
many
can
times
still say, well,
it was just a guy. I didn't know him.
Right.
And I hate that. And that's the thing
Right.
where I get upset with racists is the people who are going to Charlottesville and buying the tiki torches. As much as I despise them, I actually appreciate that they're at least letting us know who they are. The hood clan is
Sure,
off.
I agree.
Sure.
The clan hood is off, and they're showing. I can see their faces, know who they are. Even KKK members, at least I know you're in the KKK. It's the people who are undercover racists who are saying
like your
stuff
neighbor, or not
Exactly.
particularly, but you know what I'm
Anyone.
saying. Yeah. yeah.
anyone who, you know, and it's the little things that, well, why don't they just do this? Who's they? Like
Right.
those
Right.
little
Yeah.
things.
Right.
I wish that they would just be even more outward race so I could label them too and just know
Right.
and move on with my day and know this is why I didn't get the loan, the apartment, or whatever it is
Sure.
that's being withheld from me. That's why I'm not being allowed in my own building. That's why I'm getting shot by this police officer. Let's start doing that. If you guys are so, this is how you feel, right? Then be more proud of who you really are.
Right.
You know, don't change your tone at the end of the video. Stay the same. Stay the same.
Yeah,
throughout the whole
because
thing.
it's so obvious that she backpedals. It's
Right.
just egregious. But with these kind of videos, they bother me because I know he doesn't have to prove that he lives there. But couldn't this whole thing have just been averted if he would have just showed her the
No,
key card?
and this
No.
is the
Yeah,
thing.
no.
That is a slippery slope.
Yeah,
That is a
'cause then
slippery
what? Yeah,
slope.
right, right.
We are getting okay. A lot of people use that argument when it comes to the police,
Mm-hmm.
and this is my biggest thing: is rights are not privileges.
Right.
They are rights
They're rights.
because
Because
it's
you're a
the other
person.
way around.
Right.
It's,
Right.
it's the fact that he even took the liberty to go as far as her coming up and not doing anything. That's actually her privilege.
I'm
it's
telling
not the
you,
other way
as someone
around.
like, if that happened to me
Sure.
in that situation, I would have hauled off and drove through the woman. Like, I wouldn't have been polite. I'd be like,
Right.
what the fuck?
Yeah, he was very
you know,
polite,
and
yeah.
that's like, he held himself together for so much longer
Temperament.
than the average person.
Right.
Especially, you know, because maybe that's something that he he deals with daily.
And that's the slippery slope of losing your rights. The
Right.
slippery slope is, well, why don't you just XYZ and placate? Well, that's a part of complacency, is a part of the problem, is we have these rights inalienable for this reason. He doesn't need to justify who he is or where he's going to that person, or actually to anyone else.
No, I can agree with that.
And even though it makes it easier, that comfort is how we lose so much. Because then later you'll be like, oh, look at how we live now. Look at how Big Brother controls
I
everything
get where
now.
you're coming from with that, but also at the same time, like, I guarantee that woman learned something from this situation.
We hope so.
Either what an asshole she looks like when she sees herself like that, or, you know, oh, okay, like maybe I don't, you know, need to be a psycho bitch. But I feel like if you just give in and do that, then it reinstills the fact in her that she's correct.
Yeah.
And she's
Exactly.
like, oh, see, I was right to do that. Like, you know.
I get you. That
and
makes sense.
They cater to me,
It's a great-
whereas
yeah.
it shouldn't
Is
be
the next
catering.
time it's a psycho killer.
Right.
She's like,
Right.
It's like, oh no, apartment Patty. Why didn't you stop that guy, the white guy in the hoodie?
The white guy in the hoodie.
Why didn't you stop him? But yes, but can we please end the show
We're
as
gonna end,
always
we're gonna end on a
lighter
positive note.
Yes.
It's related to beef.
It's related to my dick pic.
God, oh my God.
It gets better though. So Drake played a concert with Migos, I believe, in
Yes.
Los Angeles a few days ago.
Friday. This is the Friday concert. So from the angle you're getting right now, and this is the thing, if you saw my Instagram, which I'll be giving to you shortly, you would see we were like right on the stage filming this. And going in, OVO Ryan, we saw a bunch of people who were friends with Chris Brown. And we're like, yo, OVO, yo, Ryan, why? And he was like, wait. And then this happened. So going back, let's drop the surprise first, if we can play this video. So you're seeing the sold out Staples Center.
I want to share a moment with y'all tonight.
This is Drake on stage,
I waited a long time for.
getting emotional as Drake
I think
can
this
only
guy's
do.
one of the most talented human beings on the planet. I never really got my chance to show it. So I figured tonight in Staples Center with each and every one of y'all would be the perfect time to share this moment. I'd like to share the stage with this man. And LA, I hope you motherfucking enjoy it. Let's go.
It was so lit.
It was
Like the second the beat dropped, like I was up in the
Yeah.
suites and I was,
And we
I
were
was
all
lit,
like,
and-
oh
and
my
it was
God.
just, no way! Like,
And Chris Brown comes right out, and Chris Brown
Yeah.
and Drake officially in their beef on stage, where it's an ongoing beef that began with Rihanna and then started with slick talk and going back and forth. And there was an incident at
Yeah.
Greenhouse where a bottle was thrown. But now we see two young males of color getting together and being friends and bonding, and hopefully this means that we'll get music out of them
we're
and
for sure.
production.
Yeah.
And that's a
Wow.
great thing, because it's always bothered me when these young artists are beefing, when like you guys could all be successful when there's only one or two stars in the sky, no one looks up, but when it's a night full of stars, then that's when everyone's jaw drops. So I'm so glad that you came together and hopefully ended this beef, and it's going to be prolonged and long term and forever. So good for you guys. I'm looking for that album.
Yeah, we got to get some music out of that, because
Yeah.
that's great. Those are two great guys. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we got for today on this episode of World Star Weekly. Without further ado, I'm your host, Michael Patterson. Tehran, where can we find you?
At I Am Tehran all across the board. That's at IAMTEHRAN. And Mondays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock at the Laugh Factory, and a bunch of shows on AfterBuzz.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. It's your girl Nicole. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at @TheRealNicole. You can also catch me on AfterBuzz TV, Real Shaws of Sunset, at 9 p.m. on Thursday nights.
And I'm Abigail Fraher, and you can follow me on all social media at Abigail_AF. I hope your night is full of stars.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys
We'll
on
see you
next
guys
week.
next week.
Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff. We would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.